We're live in New York with Jason Hoke, Chris Myers, and thanks for tuning in. Madison Square Garden, the 149th Best in Show, Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, and we welcome you as our judge, Harold Tatro III, will be working the Hound group.
Yes, also passionately known as Red. As you can see, he's a great man. He's been a long-standing dog man. He's interested in Whippets. He breeds Whippets, Chihuahuas, Lakeland Terriers, so he's got a very diverse taste that he's going to apply tonight to this group.
This is his second Westminster assignment. You see, 25 years of judging experience. Michael Lefebvre, our ring announcer, to get us going.
The Afghan Hound has been a recognizable breed since approximately 4000 BC as the hunting dog of the royal family. A swift sighthound, he is pursued by gazelle and snow leopards and hare while following huntsmen on horseback. In this country, the Afghan Hound has enjoyed success in the show ring, lure coursing, obedience, and agility. This is Afghan Hound, number 15.
All right, so there's noticeably a cool tail and a lot of hair.
Yes, that tail is very breed specific, so we actually call for that ring tail and also those prominent hip bones that you're going to see as the dog goes down and back. That's what we want to see in this breed, and it's very important.
Nice free-flowing gait.
And right around, please.
And this is Zeta, and I think she's going to be a big contender tonight. She came out of a very strongly contested best of breed today. And I think we're going to see why right now. This beautiful gait and the way she carries her head. Just lovely.
A bright smile from Illinois. Illinois, one of the 50 states represented here. Hey, if we look back to last year, and you talked about Louis the Afghan Hound winning this group.
Yeah, it was very tough. That's who she beat today. So, that was a hard win to beat a Westminster Group winner.
A descendant of the colonial Virginia hounds, the American English Coonhound was developed to run fox by day and raccoon by night. The American English Coonhound has the strength, grace, and attitude of a well-conditioned athlete. The breed is pleasant, alert, confident, and sociable with both humans and dogs, possessing a kind, houndy expression. This is American English Coonhound, number 7.
The name Ollie, and back-to-back entries from Illinois in this group.
That's good. Close to my home state. And the American English Coonhound, this breed actually can lay claim to almost all the Coonhound breeds with the exception of the Plothound. So this is one of the foundation breeds that you're going to see for all the rest of the Coonhounds.
And they climb trees.
Yes, it's part of their hunting style. So they would tree the raccoon and bay at the raccoon to signal where the dog was. The raccoon was, sorry.
Yeah. Well,
the American Foxhound was developed to hunt fox and coyote over the rough terrain of North America. These hounds can hunt individually or in packs, differentiating them from English foxhounds. They enjoy the company of both other dogs and humans and are jovial, if not clowning, in nature. This is American Foxhound, number 12.
All right, anybody clowning in nature is okay with me. I like the color combination. Very stark, attractive.
Yeah, and they can come in any hound color. And, this is a young dog, so as you can see, he's a bit of a clown himself. I love this dog's temperament. He just is always a ham in the ring when he's being shown. And that's part of the joy of watching these dogs and judging them, to see their personalities come through.
Yeah, the voice is very important in this breed.
Sure, so a lot of the hounds use sound to signal when they were on trail. So that actually helped the hunters know when the dog found a scent or was chasing an animal.
The Oswak hails from West Africa. This slender, tall, and elegant sighthound hunted hare and antelope. Is also excelled as a companion to the desert roaming nomads. Tough, durable, and very fast, these dogs have tremendous energy outdoors, but remain calm indoors. This is Oswak, number 9.
Down and back, just to where the markers are.
They work in high heat conditions. You're mentioning the Sahara Desert. And this particular dog is from Florida, so used to heat and humidity.
Exactly. And Chris, you talked about the heat, and that's why you're going to see this, the way this dog is made. He's very thin appearing, but they had sinewy muscle. They never carried a lot of weight because it wasn't practical in heat. They couldn't carry all this extra weight.
Going right around?
Beautiful dog. I mean, that stop and the way they're so upright. They're actually a shorter dog and taller.
4, 3, 2, 1.
The Basenji is an ancient African hunting dog. He has only been found outside his native Africa since 1930. While known as the barkless dog, he is not mute. Fanciers find his chortles and yodels absolutely charming. The Basenji is intelligent and strong-willed with a mischievous sense of humor and requires an owner who shares those traits. This is Basenji number 19.
In the movie Air Bud, saw a Basenji.
Yeah, and they're such an agile dog. They make great movie dogs because they are trainable, but they are also a little independent at the same time.
Their speed, they can almost hit 24 miles per hour.
Yeah, they're known for their agility. I mean, they're just such a streamlined dog that can run at high speeds.
Of course, if they're in Manhattan, they're not going to get through traffic. The cabs will slow them down.
2,
The easily recognizable Basset Hound is a long, low scent hound from ancient France ancestry. He has persisted on the trail and has been used mostly on rabbits. His majestic head, long velvety ears, wrinkled brow, and dark eyes lend him that soulful expression. His gentle nature makes him a great companion and family dog. This is Basset Hound, number 14.
He looked kind of sad, but Jason, the crowd really erupted.
Oh, they're always endearing. Their loose skin that just makes them look so soft and appealing. It's actually a great breed characteristic. You want to see that loose skin, so when they hunted, it never got caught on the briars and brambles.
This is Bentley, a 3-year-old from the state of Oklahoma. A Sooner, sort of.
Look at it, the big shake. That's a classic Basset move.
Yeah, loud voices,
Right around to the end.
sounds.
And a great characteristic. Long, low, and level dog with a big springer rib, for prominent fore chest.
The Beagle is a compact scent hound coming in 2 sizes, under 13 inches and between 13 and 15 inches. Whether baying at a fresh found scent or on the lap of an adoring child, the Beagle's comical nature and hardiness make it an excellent family pet. This is 13-inch Beagle, number 9.
So what exactly is our judge looking for as these dogs work their way around?
So we have an AKC standard for each breed. So that's what the judge goes on. So it's basically a building block for each dog and tells you how the dog should be constructed, what it should look like, how it should walk, what its temperament should be, because all these dogs have a little different temperament too. That's a great stop by the Beagle there. Great little show dog. And Beagles are always attentive and alert. They can be a little stubborn, but they're such a great breed to have as a pet.
Beagles originated as trackers of rabbit and hare, bred to hunt in large packs. They are sturdy hunters with a keen sense of smell and a serious tracking ability. This is 15-inch Beagle, number 16.
Here's my piece.
You just heard Michael say about hunting in packs, and that's so great to hear, because if you're looking for a dog that gets along with other dogs, these Beagles had to get along with their own breed and other dogs because they were pack dogs. So if you're looking to bring a new dog into your family, a Beagle's a great way to go because their temperament was matched for just that.
Or bring him into your zoo. There was a Beagle named Elvis employed by the Cincinnati Zoo that was trained to tell if polar bears were pregnant, which to me is interesting.
Probably using their scent work ability.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
I wouldn't nose around in that area, but that's their job.
The Black and Tan Coonhound is an old scent hound descended from a careful combination of the Foxhound and the Bloodhound. A true American breed, these agile, powerful dogs are known for their beautiful, mournful bawl and their long ears. He is known as a specialist on raccoon, but does well hunting other game. This is Black and Tan Coonhound, number 6.
And you can see when they check the bite. So they're just making sure, I guess, all the dental work is lined up to the
Sure,
the
they
stand.
call for certain specific bites and the way the teeth are aligned. So the judge is looking for that. Some breeds even disqualify the dog if the bite is incorrect. And you saw him pull the ears forward when he was examining the dog, and that's a very specific breed characteristic and help gather the scent.
The Bloodhound is an ancient breed traced back over 1,000 years. This gentle giant of a scent hound is excelled as a hunting companion and is renowned for his keen sense of smell. Today, the Bloodhound's tracking instinct is prized by law enforcement in seeking missing children, hikers, escaped criminals, and other lost people. This is Bloodhound, number 6.
The name is Hottie from California.
You know, bloodhounds are so great because their work was actually to trail old scents. So this is why they're so great for search and rescue. And we talked about the ears gathering scent, the loose skin gathers the scent, so they can trail
Thank you. And right
maybe
around.
a person that's been missing for days. So they're really a well-developed nasal cavity. They can smell things so much better.
Mentioned from the Hound group, we've had 8 Best in Show titles, including back-to-back in 22-23. But Trumpet in 22, one of those to grab the big prize.
Trumpet was an amazing animal and just put on a stellar show in Best in Show.
And you think, as we look that Bourbon twice
Reserve Best in Show. So.
and retired, but coming out of retirement, Jason, to make it here and possibly have a run at Best in Show.
9.5 years old. So she came here as a competitive youngster, won those 2 reserve Best in Shows, had some puppies, and then came back out, and she beat a huge field today under a well-respected breeder judge. So she was observed by a keen eye earlier on today.
Yeah, and these are the reserve moments you were talking about. But now, at over the age of 9, of course, the oldest ever to win was Stump at 10 years and 4 months. But
We
as
all
you
love
said,
Stump.
yes, whip it good,
Yeah,
which
let's
I'll
hope,
have more
yeah.
on Devo. They'll be playing New York coming up in May, by the way. They're still at it. Back to Michael.
The Blue Tick Coonhound is an athletic, compact, speedy, and well-muscled hound, all of which help it in trailing and treeing raccoons and other small game.
Sweetheart.
Its name comes from its dark blue coat pattern covered in ticking and featuring black spots. In America, blue ticks are referred to as English coonhounds for many years.
Alrighty, we'll go
This
down
is
and back
Blue
just to
Tick
the group from the
Coonhound,
back.
number 6.
We talked about that cold trail with the bloodhound. This is another breed that would work the cold trail, which is an old trail.
And is that tail off? Is that supposed to be that upright?
Yeah, so a lot of these hounds carry their tails up, and it shows that they're excited and they're working a trail or a scent. And we do call for that to be carried up in the show ring to show their temperament and to show that they have the correct attitude. So that a lot of these you'll see the tail up in the air like that.
It's like it's picking up radar. There's the head shake.
Yes, it's a classic.
In earliest depictions from the 12th century, the graceful Borzoi pursued a variety of game in his native
Congratulations on the win
Russia.
today.
Today, Borzoi participate in conformation, coursing, agility, obedience, and therapy activities. A calm demeanor and a sensitive nature belie the powerful and courageous hunter dressed in a beautiful coat which may be any color. This is Borzoi, number 7.
Yeah, the Borzoi was also called the Russian wolfhound, right? Borzoi means swift in Russian. It's interesting in some of the research, Jason, stray dogs in Russia actually learned how to ride the subway system, and they knew how to get off at specific stops and in search of food.
Yeah, I mean, this breed is really intelligent. So when you look at this breed, they had to hunt large wolves. So you have to see this powerful gait, this elongated head. They're just the greatest hunter I can imagine.
The Chernetko del Etna is an ancient breed that has thrived in Sicily for thousands of years. A hunter of small mammals and fowl, the Chernetko is a hardy, compact dog. A Trinetco has a strong, independent temperament necessary for hunting, but is friendly and affectionate and can be a good family pet.
Okay.
This
Go
breed
down and back
enjoys
just to the
mental
group sign.
stimulation and excels at a variety of events such as hunting, agility, and coursing. This is Trinetco Diletna, number 6.
I love the Trinetco, and we're going to see later a Pharaoh Hound. And I want people at home to understand this is not the same breed, just in miniature. So the Trinetco is a much more moderate breed. So when we talk about moderate, maybe the angulation, the bend of their legs isn't as much. So they're very much more moderate. You see the Pharaoh Hound has a much more longer body, more angulation in the rear and the front.
This breed from Sicily, so if they don't win, it's nothing personal.
Doing the big bow.
Just business.
Very nice. Right around, please.
That's great. Put on a little show, and then he stands there perfectly. This is what we love to see in the ring.
Developed in Germany 2.5 centuries ago to hunt badger, the long, low body of the dachshund works efficiently underground. This unique breed comes in 3 varieties: long hair, smooth, and wire hair, and 2 sizes, standard and miniature. The long-haired dachshund's glistening, longer coat gives him a defense against the elements as well as an elegant appearance. This is long-haired dachshund, number 58.
And another entry. This is Nacho from Illinois, the state of Illinois. We said that California has the most of all 50 states represented in the 12 countries, but Illinois so far in this group, a big number.
Yeah, they have such competitive dog shows in the Midwest.
Right
And look at little Nacho out there, just looking for the bait, always paying attention to his handler. And this is one of our 3 varieties. You're going to see the other 2. This is the long-coated.
Considered the original dachshund, the smooth epitomized the breed type. No matter if it is a standard smooth or a miniature, it is easy to see the prominent forechest, long low body, and fluid movement are breed hallmarks. This is smooth dachshund, number
Down
7.
and back just to the markers.
I love dachshunds. My parents actually bred dachshunds. They bred the wire hair variety. And when we saw Red going over the dog, he felt this very large chest. And that's so important because these dogs went into dens and dug, and they would dig the dirt past the body. And they have this long, low, level top line. And the rib is deep, and then this little short loin. So they really are a powerful little dog for digging and going to ground.
And the dachshund has climbed up 3 spots from last year, according to the American Kennel Club most popular breeds. French Bulldog and Labrador Golden Retriever at the top of that list.
Yeah, and it's interesting, all 3 varieties, they have different temperaments too. So they're just a little different each way.
The newest of the 3 dachshund varieties, the wire hair, incorporates a rough coat of a terrier. The distinctive facial furnishings of a beard and bushy eyebrows add even more expression to the classic dachshund head. This is wire hair dachshund, number 14.
Down and back just to the markers.
The dachshund was the first Olympic mascot in the 1972 Summer Games in Munich.
Oh, that's interesting.
So low to the ground. When it rains, they're the last one to know about it.
Right.
Hope they stay. Oh, you just shook it. They got a nice coat there to protect them.
Yeah, and that's why they developed this type of coat, to protect them when they were working. It was a little more advantageous in harder conditions. And you'll see that a lot in a lot of different breeds with this wire coat. We have the smooth, sometimes we have the smooth one, and then we have the wire coats as well.
But a cute face.
Just adorable, that beard.
The English Foxhound is an athletic, strong, and stocky hound with a keen sense of smell. They're bred for fox hunting in packs with huntsmen following on horseback. Most English Foxhounds today are used in this traditional role. Stamina, a good nose, and determination continue to make him a prized companion in the field.
Down and back.
This is English Foxhound, number 8.
Yeah, the group's fine.
This is another one. This is one of the largest of the pack hounds when we talk about dogs working in packs. And they call for these legs straight as a post. And they do. They have these beautiful straight front legs and this big, powerful drive off the rear. I love the breed. And they can be a clown, too. I've seen Adam show this dog before, and he gives Adam a run for his money, just having a party like he is right now, just enjoying himself out there.
the white tip of the tail would help hunters see the dogs in thick brush.
Sure, yeah, and you know that flag that we see off the tail, it's really noticeable when they're working in the field.
Brett is a rabbit and hare hunter in France. His name translates into the large, low, shaggy dog of the Vendée. This sweet-faced, long-eared dog with its mustache, beard, and profuse eyebrows suggests the look of a worldly but amiable Frenchman. The GB possesses great stamina, speed, and courage. They are an intelligent, friendly pack dog that gets along well with other dogs. This is Grand Basset Griffon Vendéen, number 10.
All right, so not to be confused with the PBGB.
Correct. Very different, actually. You know, there's a lot of... They look the same, but they're very different. The ears are a little longer. They have more leg. The ribbing is different. So while they may look similar, and obviously they come from same progenitors, but there are slight nuances that make them very different.
This entry
Right on around, please.
from Ohio, appropriately named North.
I love this breed. Just look at this beautiful bony and big ears.
The Greyhound almost certainly originated in the Middle East about 500 BC. This speedy hunter accompanied the Romans throughout Europe and was used to course game. Powerful yet elegant and even-tempered and loyal, the fun-loving Greyhound is a rewarding companion. This is Greyhound, number
Just
16.
kind of to the podium, the Westminster podium.
Giving some direction there. And greyhounds, they love to sleep, some up to 18 hours. That's why they've earned the nickname 40-mile-per-hour couch potato.
That's perfect. Yeah, they are one of the fastest breeds we have, and this is a beautiful example of the breed. You know, and we're going to talk about S-curves and shapes of dogs throughout the judging of the hound group, and this is one of the breeds that has those beautiful curves underneath.
And very giving blood donors. 85% of greyhounds have a blood type that can be donated to all types of dogs.
Yeah, and we do a lot of research because they're racing dogs, and it became important to understand how they oxygenate blood.
The Harrier was created in England as a medium-sized harehound with record dating back to the 13th century. Although not well known, this is a sturdy utilitarian pack hound bred for stamina and endurance rather than outright speed. This is Harrier, number 7.
Not as, I heard somebody in the background there hollering. Not as hairy, for a dog named Harrier, not as hairy as some of the dogs we'll see, almost beagle-like. Looks a little...
Sure, so you think about the English foxhound, the American foxhound, the Harrier, the beagles. You can see a lot of similarities. So this, you know, as the size goes down, the game they size hunted went down. So we bred these dogs differently to be able to hunt different types of animals.
The Ibizan hound traces back to ancient Egypt, dating to at least 3400 BC. The dog depicted in hieroglyphics that guarded the tombs of the pharaohs is almost indistinguishable from today's Ibizan. Prized for its keen hunting ability, its primary quarry is rabbit. This is Ibizan hound number 14.
All right, I saw the name.
The Zit.
The Zit. I was not a teenager. Or she, in this case, it's a female.
I love this female. She's so elegant. She has such great style going around. And they should always look like they're going to spring because the way they hunted, they leaped over all the brush and bramble. So you can see how light they are. And it looks like they're going to explode off the ground at any moment. And that's what makes this dog so good. I'm a big fan of the Zit. Not on me, but in the ring.
And yeah, very attentive. Ears perk up.
Just look at that. Ready to go at any moment.
It's as clear as silk. They still make that.
The tallest of all AKC recognized breeds, the Irish Wolfhound's power combined with its keen sight and swiftness makes him a unique among sight hounds. This hound should possess the speed to catch a wolf and the strength to kill it. For households that can accommodate their needs, Irish Wolfhounds typically make trustworthy and gentle companions. This is Irish Wolfhound number 9.
From Simi Valley, California.
There we go. Got a West Coast dog
out there
in
in Ventura. So there's the difference between the registered name and we talk about, in this case, this is Jonesy, a
their
3-year-old.
call name, sure.
Yes, call name is different.
So we shorten it up. We abbreviate their names, and, you know, sometimes we just pick a fun name to call them.
You know, in Ventura County, you actually need to, each year, you have to get a license for your dog to breed, to have.
Sure,
you know,
some cities do regulate breeding practices.
Wasn't quite sure how to word that, but you have to update it every year, and hopefully it's more than that for the dog's sake.
Sure,
Anyway.
of course.
As a loyal companion of the Vikings, the Norwegian elk hound was originally used to hunt moose and other big game,
Congratulations on your
which it
win.
still does today in its native Norway. This hardy hunter did double duty as a guard dog for campsites and a herder of flocks. They were first imported to America at the turn of the 20th century. This is Norwegian elk hound, number 6.
So this breed is very interesting. So it's a Scandinavian breed. And they actually hunted moose. And what they would do is they would jump in and out while barking loudly while the moose is stationary, so that they kind of held the moose at bay till the hunter got there. But they're fearless. I mean, for such a small dog, they were fearless. I mean, a moose is gigantic compared to this dog.
Yeah, and a great deal of muscle tone built that way. Very loyal to their handlers, devoted to their families.
The Otter Hound is an ancient breed, but it wasn't until the 19th century in England that it came into prominence, being used as a pack dog to trail and kill otter. Of all the hounds, this is the only true water dog with a waterproof coat and webbed feet. This is Otter Hound, number 12.
So, you know, we talked about the Afghan and the Whippet and what big contenders they are. This was our number 1 hound. And I mean, this Otter Hound is spectacular. So this is going to be a big threat tonight, I think. Melody, I love her name, Melody, and they have this beautiful little shamble as they go. You know, obviously they're not as light-footed, but they hunted in different terrain. I mean, they hunted in wetlands and things like that. In Afghan, that's not what they did.
But they drink by submerging their whole nose underwater. At times they blow, there's bubbles, and they spread the water.
They love water. I mean, you know, you can see they have this water-repellent coat. That's what they were bred for.
Just a flashback best in show from this area 2023, and a great name, Buddy Holly. There was the PB.
We love Buddy Holly. It was great.
Let's see if the PBGV, we'll let Michael pronounce that for you, can make another run this year, but Buddy Holly was a star.
The Petit Basset Griffon Vendéen, or PBGV, is a pack dog, a French hound breed with naturally rough, wiry coat and an outgoing, active, and independent personality. It is the shortest of the 4 Griffon Vendéen breeds, hence the Petit, meaning small, in his name. This is Petit Basset Griffon Vendéen, number 6.
You'll recognize Janice. You know, she breeds this breed now, and she's really a great supporter of the Petite.
Janice Hayes. So obviously, sometimes the person who's out there showing is the owner, sometimes not, owner handler.
Sure, sometimes we have professional handlers, sometimes it's an owner that just bought the dog, sometimes it's the actual breeder, so.
I imagine there'd be an advantage, a little edge, if you're the owner and handler.
You know, there's a big debate whether the professional has an advantage over a breeder or not, and it's still up in the air.
The Pharaoh Hound is one of the oldest known domestic dogs. The many depictions of Egyptian temples and tombs dating back to 4400 BC prove the antiquity of these hounds. It is thought that the Pharaoh Hound was brought by the Phoenicians to the Mediterranean islands of Malta and Gozo. This is Pharaoh Hound, number 10.
Just surpassing the top of the hour live from New York. You're watching the 149th Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, and we're sorting through the Hound group. Chris Myers with Jason Hope. And Jason, of course, you have shown and judged dogs here as we talk about advantages or disadvantages and what they're looking for.
Sure. You know, when we talk about a professional, they have the advantage that, you know, once they're well known, they can get sometimes the better dogs to show. But, you know, I think the breeder, owner, handler really has the best advantage because they breed them, they pick them, they raise them the whole time.
A hound of striking color that traditionally brings big game to bay or tree, the Plott is intelligent, alert, and confident. Noted for stamina, endurance, agility, determination, and aggressiveness when hunting, the powerful, well-muscled Plott combines courage with athletic ability. Loyal and eager to please, the Plot is a bold and fearless hunter. This is Plot Hound, number 9.
Shine is the name, and at 1 year old, you talked about Bourbon at age 9. The oldest we'll see, or over the age of 9 tonight. The youngest, by the way, ever to win Best in Show was a collie, exactly 9 months of age. That was way back in 1929.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see a young Plot Hound out here doing so well, because they do develop a lot as they grow. So, right now you're looking at a young dog, and that's something a judge takes into account, the age and how much they can develop.
The Portuguese Padengo Pequeno is the smallest of the Padengo family. A rustic breed, they are still used for hunting rabbits in their native Portugal. With a regular exercise and early training, they make lively and intelligent companions and watchdogs. The Padengo Pequeno should be longer than tall and may come in 2 varieties, coat types, smooth and wire. The Portuguese Padengo Pequeno, number 6.
We're talking about age. The last 10 years, the average age of the winner of Best in Show is 4.4 years, but I would say Rocky, fresh off thinking of Philadelphia, that Eagles Super Bowl.
I love the Eagles. Go Eagles.
Yes, this may be a good sign for Rocky here.
Very good. Right on around.
And this is a great breed. They're so spirited and lively. I mean, I think these are great for kids at home and a family. Just look at him go, smiling the whole way.
An American breed, the Redbone Coonhound has a strikingly beautiful solid red coat. He is a passionate, well-driven hunter that loves to please and has the intelligence and stamina to excel in hunting, search and rescue, field trials, or the show ring. The Redbone is versatile and courageous hound that makes a wonderful companion. This is Redbone Coonhound, number 11.
And you could actually train your Redbone Coonhound to sing on demand. One of the best ways to do it using a harmonica. Of course, that red coat jumps out at you.
Yeah, they're a very striking breed, and this is actually the top Best in Show winning one of all time. So it's really nice to see that the Coonhounds are represented and very well revered by a lot of our judges. I love the Coonhound breeds. I think, I grew up in the area where you saw a lot of the Coonhounds in the Pennsylvania and the South, and they just strike me as great dogs.
The Rhodesian Ridgeback is a dog of formidable power, dedication, and courage. As a hunter, he descends from a variety of breeds crossed with the native ridge dog in southern Africa in the 1800s. The ridge of hair on the back is the identifying mark of this breed. This is Rhodesian Ridgeback, number 35.
Okay, halfway down and back.
They can hit speeds of 30 miles per hour. Those who have...
Look here, Kristen.
Oh, yes,
sorry to interrupt.
that's
You
all
can
right.
see that ridge on the top line of the dog. And that's a hallmark of this breed and unique to this breed.
Is the mark that dark or defined?
So they can
necessarily?
have different lengths and shapes, and they also should have the whorls that go around at the top of it. But the required marking is that ridge down the back. And look at that stop. She just stopped perfect.
Those who have owned a Rhodesian Ridgeback, Tim Tebow, actress Charlize Theron.
The Salukis' elegance is deceptive. For millennia, Salukis have hunted in some of the world's most inhospitable regions. Their movement, whether in the show ring or on the coursing field, is a result of a supremely conditioned coursing hound. This is Saluki, number 18.
And I think in this building, I look up, I see the 10 jersey hanging at Madison Square Garden in Southern Illinois, Salukis, where Walt Frazier, the great New York Knick, local broadcaster.
No, and you can see the athlete in him. I mean, a Saluki is this great athlete that we see. And we see that sleekness like we saw, say, in the Azawak or things like that. They're just these streamlined animals. I mean, you have to imagine this brought down gazelles. I mean, so this is a powerful, fast animal.
Scottish Deerhound is a rare breed of ancient lineage and is the royal dog of Scotland.
Congratulations.
Sir Walter Scott called them the most perfect creatures of heaven. Shown at Westminster since the very first show in 1877, they are dignified and gentle in temperament. They are large, rough-coated sight hounds bred to pursue game. This is Scottish Deerhound, number 17.
Leslie Potts, who is the handler has won the group here before with this breed.
Yes, and it's really nice to see. I see that this dog is a litter mate to the winner from last year. And that's a real credit to breeders, because the breeders always want to produce a quality litter, not just one great one. And the true test of a great breeding is whether there's multiple dogs in a litter that can come to this show and do well, or any other show.
Yeah, and a very different tail. See how it kind of dips
A swooping
down?
tail,
Yeah.
yes.
The Slugie is a rare breed of sighthound from North Africa, known for its hunting skills, speed, agility, and endurance over long distances. This ancient breed, rich in history and culture, is equally at home in nomadic tents as in the hunt. This short-coated breed is primarily a companion breed in the United States that is also proficient at lure coursing. This is Slugie number 7.
Halfway down and back.
Well, it looks like he isn't eating well, but it's more there is very little body fat.
So, we once again go back to where they lived, and these dogs that you're seeing that are much slimmer, they lived in these terribly harsh conditions in the desert. There wasn't food, so they had to develop muscle to be able to work that was efficient, and they could hunt and have speed. And that's very correct for these breeds. I mean, this is not a poorly maintained dog. And it's a great example of the breed here.
Yeah, coming up, you've been talking about Bourbon, the Whippet, who's been best reserve and show previously, who has a chance and has come out of retirement to contend. Let's check in with Jamie Little for more on that.
What a great story Bourbon is. You guys have mentioned it hasn't been in this show ring since 2021, I should say. And Chesley is the breeder, owner, handler. And I talked to her, why bring her back now at 9.5? She said she's still gorgeous. She's show ready. And by the way, she's had 2 litters. And at home, she's helping raise their 2-year-old human baby. So very emotional to be here. What a night.
The Whippet looks similar to a greyhound, but is smaller and is a distinct breed. For over a century, this extremely fast sighthound has been used as a rabbit courser and a racing dog in England. The Whippet's stamina and power of acceleration are truly striking. This is Whippet number 21.
I mean, we've seen great athletes retire and come out of retirement. I mean, Michael Jordan, they talked earlier about Madison Square Garden, where Ali, Foreman have made comebacks. What brought Bourbon out of retirement?
Well, I think like Chesley said, this bitch looked wonderful tonight. She's in magnificent form, and why not? She's won everything except Best in Show at the Garden. She's won her national specialty. She's had a wonderful career. So, if they look good, Westminster loves a good veteran. We talked about Stump earlier, and she looks great out there. And I love Whippets. I have 2 Whippets at home, so I'm a fan of all Whippets, no matter who they are. So they get a good cheer from me.
That'll round it out. I mentioned Whippet good, and that the 1980 band. People wanted to wonder, right? Was they moved up on the? It was Devo, right, for saying that song. It was on Billboard's top 15. Now here is Harold Tatro sorting through this group to pick out a certain number, and then he'll narrow it down and give us the winner of the group.
Yeah, and like I said, he is a Whippet breeder, so he'll have some strong ideas as to whether he thinks Bourbon is rises to what the quality should be for a Whippet.
I mean, you're competing against a 1-year-old in this.
Yeah, you got the 1-year-old plot hound out there, a little shining star. Yeah, beautiful.
It's that way to start the line. Basset Hound.
Basset Hound.
They love the Basset Hound. The crowd loves it.
The long-haired dachshund.
Here comes Nacho.
The greyhound.
And the English foxhound. And the beautiful greyhound and Zit. The Abizenhound. Petite Basset.
The Whippet.
And the Whippet.
Of course.
Thank you, guys.
What a beautiful
Thank you
group.
all.
Even the ones that didn't make the cut, just lovely dogs.
I mean, even for this group,
Let's back up.
what a variety, what an assortment of sizes, colors, shapes.
Sure, that's the nice thing about the hound group. You have the sight and
We'll take
scent
them
hounds
one at a
with
time.
all
We'll end up
different
right back
shapes.
here. Watch for me to signal.
And this is where the judge is making their final decision. And you look, while the Afghan has a big gait, the Basset has a slow and steady gait, and that's very correct. So he's comparing it to the standard right now. They're all looking great. Look at that long hair go. And the English Foxhound, workmanlike. And the Greyhound with those beautiful lines.
Good to be back at the Garden.
Yes, it's nice to hear the cheers. And there goes Zit. And then the Petite Basset, always a crowd favorite. And then we have Bourbon.
All right, so you got Bourbon and the Afghan. I mean, that's a tough call.
There's some beautiful. I've awarded a lot of these dogs Group 1, and I wouldn't argue any of them.
Who's hollering? Which one is that? Might be one
Someone's
of
trying to make the cut again. Oh, Bourbon's coming out. Oh, good for her.
The Basset Hound.
Well, we're still narrowing the field here.
Oh, and the Basset Hound's coming out. So
The PB. And the Afghan.
And the Afghan. All right. A little mixture
The
of
winner of the
both.
Hound group is the Whippet. Second to the Basset. Third, the PB. Fourth to the Afghan.
A toast to Bourbon. The comeback continues. Winning the Hound group. Once retired, surpassing the age of 90. Congratulations
That's
all
incredible.
around.
Good for Bourbon.
And I know it sounds repetitive, but when twice you're the reserve best in show, let's give it another run. Jamie Little is there.
And Chesley does it. I talked to you right before, and you got so emotional talking about your dog. What does Bourbon mean to you and your family?
You know, she's a once-in-a-lifetime companion and show dog, so she's never let us down.
I just said a report, you decided to bring her back, but what made you decide last minute that you were going to put her back in the ring today?
I just thought she looked beautiful, 9.5 years old, so.
She's strutting her stuff. We'll see you tomorrow night going for Best in Show. Jenny.
Jamie, thank you so much. We are off and running with one winner so far here at Madison Square Garden. We are going to be back with so much more from New York City. Congrats to Bourbon. Feels good to come out of retirement with a win.